Now, in this first part, I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself. So, let's talk about your high school. What is your high school like?
My high school is a really good apartment for me. It has 5 floors, and the benches and the environments are really good, and the board is really good. Nowadays my school going to add a new smart board, which will be really great for me.
So, what happened on the first day of your high school?
As far as I remember, nothing that much happened in my first day in my high school since I finished my primary school in the primary course in the same school. So the school is known to me, the everything is well known to me. My friends are also the same, but my teachers were different, so it feels me kind of odd. But overall, I don't feel anything bad.
So, did your parents choose the school for you?
Yeah, of course, my parents choose the school for me because they know better than me that which school will be best for me, which school will be best for me, and which will not. So they chose my school, high school.
Which secondary school subject do you think is most useful for people in adult life?
If I talk about the adult life, which subject would be good, it will be the science. So, because science is really practical to our not daily life. So it is. So science is really common for us, and we need science in every sector. So science is the most uh, common thing that um, science is the most common thing that relate with our daily life.
So, how do you feel about your school?
I feel really great for my school. I feel really glad to study in my this school because I love my school so much, and I know everything at my school. My school teachers were good. My friends, my environment is really good, and the rules are really strictly. The rules are really strict, and they obey the rule very strictly. The teachers are really good for me. So overall, I like my school.
Let's move on writing. So, do you like writing or typing?
I like both. Typing is now a modern thing. Everyone types in their own phone or laptop. Typing is good, but most of the time I need to write since I'm a student. I need to write so much for my educational stuff. So I like both writing and typing.
So, what do you write about?
I most of the time I don't write that much, but if I write always about my educational stuff. Otherwise, I don't write like someone writes the daily routine or the daily life in the diary. But I don't do that kind of things. I only write my educational stuff.
Okay, so on what occasions do you write letters?
Mm, Normally, I don't write letters informally to my other friends or my families, but if uh, in when it comes to informally, I write letters to my class teacher or my head teacher about my any kind of problem, like I need to leave my school early, or I'm feeling sick, or I need to, or I have any kind of demand on that time. I'll send a letter to my headmaster or my class teacher.
How do you keep in touch with your friends and family members?
Normally, I keep in touch with my friends by the social media platforms. They have chatting option. We can chat there, and we can keep touch with them, and we can make a great bonding to us. Even though we can also FaceTime them, we can also send them voice messages, which really helps us to express our emotions so greatly. So I keep touch with my friends and family with social media.
Okay, now let's talk about rainy days. Does it rain much in your hometown?
My hometown is a monsoon country, so in here the rain is really common to us. In rainy season, it rains, and it also rains in other season, but most of the time it rains in the rainy season.
So, would you prefer to have less rains or more rains?
Um, uh, l- less rain is less rain is also bad, and the more rain is also bad. Less rain makes drought, and the more rain makes a flood. So both are not good. But if the rain is like normally normal, then on that situation the rain is good. But I don't prefer less or more.
So, how does rain affect people's lives?
In if I talk about normal peoples, rain doesn't affect normal people that much, but rain mostly affect the roadside peoples, those who stays on roadside or their businesses in roadside. And in other hand, the farmers are really affected by the rain because they grow crops in open fields. So crops don't need rain, but if there is too much rain, the rain wash away the crops, and if it's not that much rain, it becomes drought, and the crops feel so dry. So the farmers and the roadside people get more affected by rain.
So what do you usually do on your rainy day?
I usually don't do that much in my rainy day. I like rain also. I just stand at my window and watch rain and normal. And if I feel really tired or feeling to go in the rain, I go in the rain and make myself wet.
So do you think rain is good?
Yeah, of course, rain is good. Rain is a really important thing in a environment. If there is not rain, there it will be like a drought. So rain is so important for our country, but rain also affect us somehow. But overall, rain is important for any kind of
So,
country.
okay, is there any part of your country where it doesn't rain too much?
I don't know that much I don't know that much about the geography thing in my country, but uh, I think that in southern part the rain is not that much. I don't know properly, but I think it is the southern part.
So, what effects can a shortage of rain have on people's life?
The shortage of rain, it occurs a really great drought, and the drought is really bad for our daily life. It affects our in it affects us in many ways. Like it on a drought, the environment feels so hotty, and it makes us so much sweat. It makes us so much sweat, and overall, if there is not that much rain, it will make our lives so bad difficult.
Thank you. Now, I'm going to give you topics and I would like you to talk about 1 to 2 minutes. You have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say. If you want, you can take notes. This is your paper, pencil, and this is your questions. Describe a time when you are late. Now you have 1 to 2 minutes for these topics. Don't worry if I stop you. I will let you know when the time's up.
So if I talk about the time when I was so late, it would be a special event that was I wanted to attend lately. So the event was so far from my home, so I need to left my home so early. But I forgot that when I was lifting, when the event was, it was a really rush time. On the time the schools, colleges, the offices are open, so on the time road becomes so the road becomes so jammy, so on that I forgot about it and I left my home so lately. For that reason, when I left, I stuck in a really big jam and it was so disgusting for me, and I forgot that I left my home so late. So I stuck in the jam, and after many times the jam is not stopping, it's not clearing. So I talked with my other friends and family members who are in event. I talk with them that I am in traffic jam, I can't come so early. They say we'll wait for you a few times, but when I reached, after the traffic jams were over, when I reached the place, I saw that everything was over, and I feel like so disappointing that I have gone so late and everything is over. And the event was really important for me. It was a special event. One of my special family members was coming in that event, so I feel like so bad and really ashamed that I didn't left my home so early and everything was over. My other family members were saying to me that you came so late, everything is over. But when the main organizer came to me and told me why you were late, I said that I left my home so lately and I forgot that the your event was in a rush time, and it said I was stuck in a traffic jam. He said me to leave your home really early, but somehow I managed him and said I am really ashamed for that. So overall, I feel like I have to be more punctual. I have to be more conscious about my time or about my time management, and I need to analyze everything when I was leaving my home for a special event.
Thank you. Could I have the paper and pencil back, please?
Yes.
Well, we have been talking about a time when you are late. Now I'm going to ask you some questions which are related to this topic. So, are you a punctual person?
I'm not gonna say that I am so much punctual, but if I'm not that much punctual, I make myself late in many things. I'm kind of lazy, But I always try to not to be lazy, try to be punctual every time, but I'm not fully punctual.
So, what excuse do you normally use when you are late?
So the common excuse that everyone use when they are late is the traffic jam. I also use the same excuse, but when sometimes a bad thing happens with me. Like if I am really stuck in a traffic jam, people think that I am giving him an excuse, but it is real that I stuck in a traffic jam, but they think that it is excuse. But if I need to give an excuse, I still give the traffic jam excuse.
So, why are people often late for appointments or meetings?
The people often late in the appointment and the meeting is for they they left their homes they left their homes late and they don't have any they don't manage their time properly. I don't analyze that when they have to left and when they have to reach the destination. They have to analyze everything, and also they need to use the best road for the a destination so that they can reach their destination or appointment so easily.
Do old people and young people manage time in a similar way?
Yeah, of course, they manage their time in a similar way. Old people always prefer to be so early. They leave their home so early, even though they have 1 or 2 hour left. They still come. They still live so early because they always prefer to be more punctual every time. What they do, every work so perfectly. On the contrast, we have the younger people who don't actually care about their time that much, but they always think that they have much time. They become so lazy, but still the older one is really great about in punctuality.
Thank you. That is the end of your speaking test.
Bilingual Learning Center, BLC, Bogura.